soak. You might have stand and don't soak. You might have stand and be alone, etc. It's imperative that you just try to follow them as much as possible while still trying to mitigate the damage of the orbs. If you have a move and soak, you can keep moving in a circle around the orb. So if the yellow marker was an orb, and I had move and soak, I could be doing something like this. Just keep running around in a circle. So just be aware of that. Keep an eye out on the spread and soak. Oh, let's drop a closet.
Can you arcane intellect me?
I'm fine. I just, I don't want to miss the briefing.
So the intermission changes are where we're going to get the most of the problems, or that's going to be the tricky part that we're going to have to learn through. And then finally, we have a strategic change in how we're approaching this fight.
Mr. Freezy, by the way.
We are going to go ahead with the burn strat. The short version is that in phase 1 is no different. Phase 2, we're going to tank her around here, or on its flip side over by the blue marker. And we are just going to be soaking the central ward the entire phase 2. Phase 3 will start, and we are going to disregard the Tide Mistresses and start blowing up Azshara. We will lust after we hit the first set of console charges, and we are just going to burn Azshara and cleave down the Myrmidons. Like Taishe said, you still want to point your spears outside the raid. You don't need to point them at the Tide Mistresses, just point it so they're going out towards this open water. And the tanks will be bouncing Azshara between the central ward and the ward without a Tide Mistress on it. So if we're tanking her right here and purple doesn't have a Tide Mistress and we need to get off the center, we'll just go over here.
Are we soaking the wards at all?
Yes. It is very important that we are soaking the wards. You generally don't have to worry about the Tide Mistress's wards. We just need to be worried about soaking the central ward and the ward that does not have the Tide Mistress.
Okay.
And because we are not moving off of the ward, we should be soaking throughout phase 2.
By not moving off, I mean we're not moving away from it as opposed to...
Yeah, correct. So like in phase 2, when we were on normal, we wouldn't soak until she moved away from the ward. That isn't the case. Just as soon as you need stacks, start soaking the ward.
The center or the one without the Tide Mistress, correct?
Yeah. Although in phase 1, she might target... We want to top off in phase 1, and then she shouldn't be drained. Once we get into phase 2, she shouldn't be draining anything more. And we'll just stick to those two. You don't need to soak the one with the Tide Mistress. Remember, lust happens during the first console charge.
Not on burn phase?
So we'll start we'll do the console charges and then bloodlust. So hopefully the person who gets the super powered buff will be bloodlusted as well. Any questions about our strategy tonight?
Soak the 2 wards. Kill her really fast.
Yep, this is a huge DPS check, so let's drop a new cauldron.
I've got one. Does want me to drop it?
Go ahead.
Should be able to get 2.
Warriors, reminder, do not charge the Hulks in phase 1. Citizen and Duke, you are the ones with hammer, so make sure that you are using hammer.
Bloodlust. I'll remind you as best I can.
No one else should be using stuns or roots. And do we have a feast?
We've not had one yet. There's Tom. Thanks, Tom.
Alright, eat up. Do remember that we want to bait out the void zones. So if you're ranged DPS, when we transition into phase 4, if you come back here, you can bait out the void zones away from the console. I will be hitting the console. Salvation will be back up.
You're running around me. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Those little thingies. Kill the big Hulk.
Hulk. Can we stack them?
Beware.
We have more on Nathan now.
Music too loud. Kill the big guy.
Oh, guys.
Oh, lost sword. Oh, it's a wipe.
Alright, just wait.
DJ, or RJ died actually.
Do we need to call out if we get pulled in one of the orbs?
Yeah. Although everyone should be keeping an eye on that.
And just make sure that if it targets you, you run to the outside and it won't happen.
Right. So if you get targeted by Beckon, which you'll get a DBM warning, just run away from the central ward. Like if you're a healer and you're standing back here, you should be able to line of sight most people except the other tank, and you have very low risk of getting beaconed.
Here's a feast.
Let's save the new feast after this attempt. And we'll go to the old feast for now.
Did you want your soda, honey? Okay. You getting the feast? Can you arcane intellect? Yeah, sure. Okay, great. We should be good through the raid. I hope so too. Ibuprofen should help.
Do be careful about the hulks, making sure we're focusing on them and not snaring or stunning them.
Mr. Freezy is out. Method was doing that on their stream.
4, 3,
So people wouldn't start
2,
slouching. It's bad for your
1.
health.
3, 2, 1.
Legitimately a good thing to do.
Hulk in 3.
Oh crap, guys.
Beware.
Losing people.
Hulk.
I'm not sure what happens there. I got nothing. We lost their tanks.
Wipe.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. There's a beast. I'm not even getting. Make sure, Mr. I don't even have to tell you. You polyized and everything. Good job. You know, I don't think I ever really looked outside of this fishbowl kind of thing. There's a lot of Naga out there.
There are.
Behemoth, too.
Yeah.
And the Blackwater Behemoth.
Should we have had stacks yet right before that?
Stacks of the wards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start picking them up. We need to be a little bit faster on the Hulks because they're still getting 1 or 2 hits in.
The Hulk isn't.
But if you see a ward that's strained, you can just start taking stacks.
Posture check. I love you, sweetheart. Posture check. Ballet check. Uh-oh.
We also need to be making sure that we are soaking those arcane orbs.
Arcane orb. Just put it in your frost armor. It helps to mitigate a lot of the damage. Really, anytime you're gonna take damage, put frost armor on. Just remember. I wish I have a cooldown for that too, but yours is like 10-second cooldown. Mine's a 1-minute cooldown. Then again, I can turn into a bear. I go from having 316,000 health to 395,000. And I go from having 2,600 armor to 8,000.
Let's give White a second. I don't even see him on Discord.
Lost connection to the internet, probably.
Yeah, maybe. Let's give it a shot.
There
5,
we go.
4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Because he has to click the button to make it start.
Hulk soon.
It's right there. Beat him up.
Run away, little girl. Run away. Beware.
More DPS and Serenus. Hulk, kill it.
There is no power I cannot defile. You are
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Intermission.
Spread on me. Big circle means stand alone. I'm not sure what I was doing wrong there. I have no idea what I was doing wrong. I don't know either. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I did what it told me to do.
Then we just did it here.
Basically.
Should I use reincarnate?
I would probably ult. Start sacking. Getting stacked. Yeah, we need way more people stacking or soaking middle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get out of her eyesight. Oh,
Wait.
oh, come on, guys. That'd be faster. That had to be a lot faster. That wasn't as bad. We did better. If we had people die, though, too early.
Come on, guys, just stand in the bad.
You have proven yourselves unworthy.
Tom, how did you survive?
Invisibility.
Ah. Sneaky.
Yep.
You were invisible to basically the greatest mage in Azeroth.
Apparently. Skill.
Didn't prep see invisibility.
It's usually super unreliable, but it's working tonight, so.
Makes sense.
Some progress there. The main thing is as soon as we kill off the little ones, we need to make sure that we are clearing out the central ward That was she had like almost the full thing charged, so she was dealing way more damage.
I don't think I realized how fast it was charging.
Yeah, the little ones charge it up real fast.
Kiaraki and select, honey.
And you only want us to get like
AoE
3
stuns are good
stacks?
too, huh?
We might have to be going. You should be getting at least 4 stacks, and you might need to get up to 5.
Okay.
So, don't use your frost orb, honey.
Towards
Until
the
the
end, you
little
might need to get
Nimrods
up
come
to
to the
6.
center. Hold it until then. If it's coming up pretty soon. So if you start Ashara, if we start Ashara,
Four,
yeah, wait for the
three,
little guy because we need we need a big like
one.
AoE there.
I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Let their gaze incurs calamity. There is no power I cannot defile.
Hulk.
You are
Run away, little girl. Run away.
I'm orbed.
Beware.
Watch the orbs.
Hulk.
There is no power I cannot defile.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Grown complacent.
Okay, watch this. I'm not sure. Stand alone. I've got and suffer.
Flow this sword with devoted blood.
I got a bad one. I don't.
Champion's frozen heart.
That was one of the worst. It's okay. I really wish you had
Run
it.
away, little girl. Run away.
Little ones.
A little heart soon to be real.
Get stacks.
Stacks in the middle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Aye.
Beware.
Five,
Soak the
Four.
blue ward.
3, 2, 1.
Blue ward. Hide.
It's getting really powerful.
Crab ad.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Soak middle, please. If you don't have stacks.
Everyone has stacks. Just wait.
Weak aura goes away when you die, so.
Well, that's fun. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to read the debuff that pops up. I'm not sure what each one is. What it tells you to do. I had a bad one. You could, in theory, just ice block through it if you wanted to. That was a much more challenging fight than I thought it would be. It's like the first part's hard, but the second part's just sort of killer. Can you arcane collect him?
Sorry, 1 second. Checking something on logs real quick.
Doo, doo, doo. I don't think we had a solo soak orb.
Yeah, I had it. I had a solo soak, and I also had standalone. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I had that too. But I think Ferris just asking, like, did we have orbs that were designated for that kind of situation?
Yeah, the lightning one sucked.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with these hulks.
In the chaos, I probably just didn't see that orb.
There's usually an orb around the orange marker. Let's have that be the solo soak. So if you have the standalone and soak, go to the orange marker and soak the orb closest to it.
Sounds good.
And leave the rest to everyone else. And I am not sure what's going on with these hulks and why they're getting infuriated without getting stunned. So, like, Citizen, can you just, when I call out for the hulks, just be ready to stun them immediately when it spawns.
Do they get enraged from slows?
I believe so. So any root or snare should.
I'm kind of asking for Jordan, like, all of her things slow them down.
Yeah, like frost shock for me.
I don't know. The thing just says from crowd controls. So that's why, like, if we can just, as soon as he spawns in the center of the room, drop a Hammer of Justice on him, and then we should be good.
Yeah, once it happens once, it doesn't matter.
Yep, we just need to get one stun in, and that might help people get in there.
Okay.
All right,
See what happens.
let's try that out. So 2 changes. Try to get the stun on the Hulk in the center. If you have the solo soak, get to the orange marker and stand there, or whatever the closest order.
Looks like Whitebird is coming back. You want to wait a second?
Oh, is he?
I think I see him on Discord.
On the lots of little ads, you're dropping the ring of peace, but to keep them out. But I'm wondering if it would be better to let them get in and then stun them so that AOE is more effective.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. So what I might do is let them get in, and then I'll drop Lake Sweep, and then when Lake Sweep falls off, I'll drop Ring.
Let me drop a totem first before you ring it.
We have 2 warlocks with Shadow Fury too.
Yeah, but with diminishing returns, you're only going to get like a second on that second stun. I would almost say use those stuns when they're out of the group. Hopefully they shouldn't last much more than 3 seconds, but
I'll do a better job calling them out.
wait, are you logging back in? I see him in Discord. All right, let's do a poll, and then
DJ are being funny.
all right, let's give it a shot.
3,
All right, here we go.
2, 1. I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Yet their gaze incurs calamity. He's gone from my gaze. There is no power I cannot defy.
Hulk in 3.
You are mine.
Nice job on it.
Yeah, that was good.
Stunning in the middle was great.
We got people orbed.
Beware.
Hulk in 5.
Power I cannot defile. You are mine.
More damage on Nathan now. Intermission.
Okay, get ready to read what you have to do. I have to avoid things. What does it say to do?
That one orb is open.
Soak with an ally, just get with someone, just stand near with someone.
Given willingly from a champion's frozen heart.
Hold your frozen orb.
Kneel before your queen.
Little ones in 3.
Ads are up.
They're gonna be in the middle in a second, so be ready for it. Go ahead, shoot.
Everyone should be on it.
Stark, soak in the middle.
Beware.
Soak the blue. Soak the blue.
4,
Get out of the middle and soak blue.
2, 1.
Hide. Katie and Jordan get stacks on blue.
I'll go to the blue orb. It's
Up to
It's
how many?
the center. Get up to
It's the center,
4 or
it's the center.
5.
4 or 5. Okay.
Yeah, bad.
Alright, wait.
I don't know why I died.
4, 3,
Stay into the die.
1.
Yeah, she's getting too much. She's getting way too much of her orb. Her ward is way too powerful.
I've got a question.
Yes.
I have Sanction Dot, and I looked it up, and it said that I did something wrong with the decrees. I had Stack and Soak. I'm supposed to stack with those soaking an orb, correct?
You need to be stacking with anyone and be soaking the orb.
How did I get the dot? What did I do wrong?
You may have been slow on the uptake getting there.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely.
But I was right. I'm pretty sure I was right there. Then Rana actually called out that there was an orb, but I didn't move. I stayed with the group.
Yeah, it's also possible that your orb disappeared, in which case you're no longer soaking.
Okay.
So if you run out of orb, go run to the next.
Oh, that's really crazy.
Yeah, it should be anyone. It doesn't necessarily need to be anyone with the purple circle around them.
Okay.
But yeah, you need to be soaking in orb and stacking.
All right. So I was correct in what I was doing. I just maybe something happened in between. I'll watch again.
Yeah, I would say getting a few stacks is not that big of a deal. So if you only had like 3 or 4 stacks, that's not a huge thing. I would only worry about like if you're getting like 7 or 8.
Okay.
And then Crom, yes.
You okay?
Let's take a break, and when we come back, I'll do some mechanical tweaks.
Okay.
And cover both your point Crom and another one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Arcane Intellect if you can. Or already have. You could. Might as well. I'm gonna reflask.
So, first thing, Citizen, what you were doing with the hammers, I assume that was you, Citizen. Could have been. That was great. So, keep up with that strategy. All right. Some mechanical tweaks. Phase 1, we are going to be shifting our position. Basically, the idea is we're going to try to minimize the amount of movement that Athanel is doing, which is the caster. So generally speaking, Athanel will be over here by this blue marker, and that will also be the stack point. Seranus, when he has to be out of line of sight, will go to this square or the moon marker, and we'll split them up like that. That way, we can sort of use this big wide space over here, and where Ashara will eventually spawn to drop off all the puddles, and that way we're not putting puddles near the center where we're soaking. The next mechanical change is, to Com's point earlier, we need to make sure that we are using line of sight to cleanse the effect. The Arcane Blast, I believe it's. Arcane Burst. So hypothetically, let's say we're tanking her over here, kind of where Athanel was. We should be using this same pillar to line of sight. So ideally, when the blasts are coming out or burst, one healer should be back here. The first person will come around, they'll cleanse them, that healer moves, and then another healer takes their place, and they cleanse them. So that way, none of them, they're being cleansed pretty quickly, and then none of them are hitting Ashara. We can also use the console to do a similar effect. That might be a little bit easier. Just like hide behind here. Because the other thing I want to call out is we need to get a little bit better about beckons. So ranged players, you don't really need to be near the boss. So in phase 1, if we're back here, you should be able to hit both Athanel and Seranus and not have to worry about beckon.
I guess just.
And then in phase 2, the same basically applies. That's why it might be okay to use the console for cleanses.
Yeah, just hang out right here. You can hit her over here. You can hit the bad guy over here. You can hit the bad guy over there.
And then The third mechanical change we need to make is the little ones need to die immediately. That is a drop everything and kill them. If you have a AoE burst cooldown, so looking at myself, our warrior friends with Bladestorm, Retribution Paladins,
What do you want to do?
we should be holding our cooldowns for the little ones and just blowing them up. Yeah, like what Taishi is saying, like Stormkeeper, probably want to hold that until the little ones. If you have a single target cooldown, like I don't know, Fire Elemental, you can probably just use it on start of phase two. So just be aware of that, and like everyone needs to stop what they're doing and kill them. All of the ads sort of have that priority of just stop and blow them up. Any questions about those three changes? Just to recap the phase 1 changes, Aethanel will be over here by the blue marker and mostly keep her in the same location, and Serranus will be the one that we move for the line of sight. And when he needs to be hiding, he'll go to the moon marker.
And I'm thinking there's a chance that I'm misunderstanding a mechanic too with regard to the puddles. Do they spawn on someone, or you have to take?
They will spawn underneath the boss.
Ah, the boss. Okay.
So the phase 1 ads. So we just need to keep moving. And the idea is I'm just trying to give us as much free space as possible because we want to keep the center clear for decrees. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. Everyone reflask.
Can we get a real pull timer this time?
I suppose.
Thanks, buddy. I mean, I don't mind if it's 5 seconds next time.
5,
Just
4,
seeing the number.
3, 2, 1, 4.
I've got a button for the 10-second one. I don't want to change it.
1.
Okay.
I'm lazy.
Understandable.
Blue marker. Takes Serranus to moon. Hulk in 3. We need way more on Serranus. Get the Hulk. Do a good job there.
Beckon.
Beware.
We can stack them.
Hulk in 5.
decrees.
Want me to get Crom up?
Yep. Back in. Little ones. Nice.
Five, four, three, two, one. Beware.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hide.
If you don't have stacks, you should be soaking.
Center or blue. Crabad.
Bad time for me to get back in.
Let's get root up.
Gary, come back here, mate. Too late.
5, 4, 3,
5,
2,
4,
1.
3,
Beware.
1.
Got intermission.
The power from these ancient wards. Rattle the chains that bind him.
Your focus is to do the intermission properly. Don't worry about damage. If you can do damage, great.
I don't know what happened.
Alright, you can wait. That was a lot better.
Not sure what giant boom happened though.
Yeah, I'll check that.
It was an orb.
That would explain it.
So both times the decrees are what are getting me, and I thought you just spread out and you didn't stack those.
So there are 6 decrees, and you can get up to 2 random ones out of them. So you have to check which decree you have, and then follow what it says. Some of them may say to stack, some of them may say to stand still, some of them may say to soak, some may say not to soak. So it's stack or not, soak or not, stand still or not. And you have to follow them. And then every second you're not following them, you will start getting an accumulating dot. Yeah, and some of them have a visual effect. So if you have it's like a stormy circle around you, that's alone. If you have an arcane circle, around you, that means stack with someone. The stay one, that's what Taishe says. And then the movement one will spawn lightning scrolls behind you wherever you walk. So it's sort of just keep an eye on what your debuff says. There are also weak auras. So the weak aura for this raid has a little pop-up that says, hey, you have soak and stack or whatever.
But if you hover over your debuff, it'll tell you what to do.
Yes. You can also take a look at this, and you can sort of see what those icons mean. So the net is stand. The wolf is... So the net is stand still, the wolf is be alone. All the orcs is together. And then the two orbs are either suffer or not.
Actually, that's not the right link because it doesn't have.
So that is actually the first intermission, where you only have stay. The second intermission has movement. But yeah, that's a good point. But like I was trying to say there as we were transitioning into the intermission, especially that second one, I don't care if we do any damage. If we can, great. But your focus should be surviving that intermission, because if we can get through that intermission with everyone alive, we're basically done. Not done, but yeah. Yeah, we can stack on orange. It's just everyone needs to be very quick about what they're following their decrees.
Yeah, if we're all stacked, it's harder to tell just by looking at your
Character, right?
avatars. What's going on? You have to actually look at your buff bar.
My inclination is to not stack right now.
That'll do it.
Another point I'll make about the intermissions, there really isn't a better time to be using defensive cooldowns.
Okay.
So if you start getting decrease stacks and you're hitting like 4 or 5, just hit your defense.
Okay.
And you can kind of think of it like the movement effect in Queen's Court. Process what you need to do, and then move deliberately to what you need to be doing. And you'll take a stack or two during that time, and that's totally fine.
We'll summon you.
It's when your stacks count gets higher that you should just hit a defensive, use the health stone. Those are the really dangerous parts of the fight. So
I'll be summoning in a second. Oh sure.
like healers, if you're a healer and you have the movement one, don't bother healing. Focus just on instant cast spells. And if you run out of instant cast spells, you're not healing. It's more important to follow the decree, and then after the decree, we'll heal up.
You did not get the summon? You're not getting a summon. Okay.
Chi Torpedo as a turkey is pretty awesome.
In case of the zoomies.
Reflask.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And we're just kind of hanging over
1.
here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hulk in 3.
Beckon in 5.
Run away, little girl. Run away. Beware.
Hulk in 5. Intermission.
Got a bubble.
Base 2.
Yep, ice block right now.
Get Brian up. Beckon.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Little ones. Clear off the middle.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Task
Seconds.
half Jordan.
5,
Get the
4,
blue or center.
Get the blue one.
2, 1.
Hide.
You want Brian up in 30?
Yeah.
Crap.
Say again. We're not burning yet.
Got an intermission.
Do not stack, or I'm not stack. I don't know what you're. So stack with people.
Brian or Katie?
Brian.
Alright, apparently battle res went off.
Just wait.
Crap.
Yeah, that's a bad one. I don't know what happened either.
I'm gonna put my spear right into this column. Take this, guys.
Lots of love. So my second time dying, we got a double cleanse. I don't think I was LOS of the second cleanse.
So what's gonna hurt more if I have stack and don't move? Because I was trying to find a buddy to stack with, and then that ended up killing me because I wasn't sure which one was more important. Should I just stand still and hope someone comes?
So you have stack and don't move. I would just get to the nearest group of people and stand there.
Was that one where you get like
is,
fail one?
Yeah, so one where you get rooted and you can't move out of your little...
if you get that one, you can't. It's not don't move. It's stand where you were, so you don't have a choice.
Yeah, you gotta stay in the circle where you start.
Yeah, that's the one I had, and then it also was grouped up, but my buddy left me. I don't know who it was, it doesn't matter, but... So is it more important to stay in my little circle, or to try and find a buddy?
So the answer is it doesn't matter, because failing one decree will give you the same amount of stacks. So in that case, that's probably a situation where you should call out for someone to come help stack with you.
Okay.
Because failing any decree for 1 second will give you a stack. So failing both is bad, but it doesn't matter which one.
Can you arcane attack, honey?
Yeah, don't be afraid to call out and say, hey, I need someone to stack on me.
So I got hearts over my head on that last one, and I couldn't cast, and I still can't cast.
So the beckon is mind control.
He doesn't know.
So if you get touched by her, you will get mind control until someone DPSs you down.
He hasn't figured it out.
So if you're ranged, you really shouldn't be close to her at any time.
Well, so I don't know if it's bugged out or what, but I literally cannot cast anything right.
Still?
Reload?
Yeah, I would log.
I did a reload UI and it didn't.
I would try relogging. That sounds like a bug.
Well, we only got 30 minutes left. I don't think we'll get her. It's not as hard though, it's just kind of annoying.
The other thing worth calling out is the second intermission is going to be more challenging because we tend to have stacks during that. So we want to be aggressive with using defensives, and if we can, save a health stone for that intermission.
Well, the main source of damage during intermission is failing your decree, isn't it?
Yeah, but to a certain degree, any amount of failing is going to be... I mean, you're going to fail a little bit. There's no other super clean spot to use defensives in this fight. And I should rephrase that a little bit and say, have your defensives and health stone ready in case you need it. And did relogging help, Brood?
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Sorry. Although one risk with Spirit Wolf is...
Well, beckon, yeah. But
you get beckon.
The nice thing is, though, you can run away from beckon in Spirit Wolf, and even if it gets cast on you, start walking towards her, you can get out of Spirit Wolf with no penalty.
Right.
react to the.
Yeah, just make sure you drop out of it if you get back in.
You're not locked
Zoom-
into it.
Yeah.
Does anyone happen to have a tome then?
Yeah, I've got one.
Thank you.
Here's our check.
Get battle shell, please.
I generally drop in a Spirit Wolf during the entirety of the decrees if in the first phase. Or if you're melee and you can't reach her in the second intermission, then you might as well. Just
Yep.
damage.
Good passive DR.
Honestly, for the decrees, I would just let it go off for a little while, and then just ice block. It's such an annoying part. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Show up, Mr. Freezy.
1, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's pretty far around.
There is no power I cannot defile.
Hulk.
Crom got
Got an
one.
orb.
Beware.
Tyrannus needs help.
Hulk in 3.
Nice one.
Kill them together.
Oh.
Just wait.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
What happened there? What did I miss?
They were in line of sight of each other and got the line of sight buff. Just stand in the purple.
Sorry.
You have proven yourselves unworthy.
Terrible. It's like I hope you're putting this in officer chat. Jordan is the expert. There's a feast, by the way. Somehow you were top of the damage meter for me? You're at the top for me.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how you did it.
Five, four, three,
Very rock and roll.
2, 1, 4, 3, 2,
You got him out?
1. I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage.
Watch the orb thingies on the ground, so I think that's what happened.
Hulk in 3.
You are mine.
Gosh.
Got people orbed.
Beware.
Watch the.
On Serenus. Hulk in 3.
After that initial stun, can I charge the whole?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I cannot defile.
I had the spear, and so I wasn't able to be there right away.
Yep. If he has the debuff. Intermission.
Watch for your decree.
Grown complacent. Allow me to liven the feast.
You're just ice blocking? Might be a good idea, I suppose. It's not.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Little ones.
Hold your orb. Get away from, get line of sight, line of sight. I'm not sure where you are.
Let's get rid up.
3, 2, 1. Beware.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Remember to line us like the arcane bursts. Denied.
It's people soaking too.
Soak the center. Top it off. A big ass.
Crab out.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Rude, can you soak center? Decree.
So ice block near the end of this. Wait a few seconds. So like,
Get that orb.
Almost got a standalone. Hold on. And orb. Stay away.
Let's wait. One thing I will say is it's better to have like it's real bad if a full orb goes off, and it's better to have 2 medium orbs than 1 big one and 1 small one, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna pull out my.
So if you have to step off early before an orb is completely disappeared, that's fine. It's when the like unsoaked ones.
Oh sure. Don't take no fear.
Still, we're making good progress.
We're getting to the second decree pretty consistently.
Yeah, like once we start getting through that second intermission, we're going into endgame.
Is this Shara Thanos?
No spoilers.
Oh snap!
Iron Man's ultimate suit is made of cheese.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Too soon.
Wow. Brought that one out.
I actually don't know what that means. I just saw it on the internet and it made people angry, so. I have not read a single Harry Potter book.
Is that what that's from?
Yes, it's from Harry Potter.
I thought it was Batman.
That's a really interesting troll if that's what you're going for, but
Kitty Arcane? Oh, we got it. Okay, we're good. This is the most fun. Posture check.
Good call, Brian.
4, 3, 2.
I gotta watch it myself.
Bro, I was slouching.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you for the follow. Talking to the Twitch guy who followed. Must be relatively funny. We're probably gonna die again, but that's okay. Mike died. I don't know why he died.
Big guy, 3. You got Beckons in 5.
Beware.
Orbs. Vulcan 5.
Oh crud, really?
Just wait.
Do. I was right, we're gonna die.
You have proven yourselves unworthy.
Good times, good times. Good news.
Better be shocking.
Hold on, still thinking.
Yep, this will probably be our last pull of the night. Let's make it a good one. Laser focused.
Reckon intellect, honey. Not even sure what that would mean. Savant?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4.
Freezy
3,
out? Yep,
2,
I see him.
1. I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Their eyes yet their
Hulk in 3. Beckons.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
We had some good stuff.
Beware.
Get him out.
Citizens down for the second Hulk.
Use Stormbolt on the next Hulk.
5 seconds.
Try again. Hulk is up.
Athanol has a lot more.
There is no power I cannot defile. You are mine.
Just don't.
Bubble.
Intermission.
Beowulf.
I don't know why this is. I was doing what it told me to do, but I still got stacks.
Get rid of. After beckons. Little one.
Use our orb now. Where are you, honey? Get behind something. Okay, stay right there. You're good. You're
Get
good.
stacks and clear center.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Get stacks in the center, honey.
Beware.
Don't. The other one, the green orb.
Now clear the blue marker.
2, 1.
Hide.
Get behind something.
Big ad in 5.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Can I get more on me, please? Or just somebody? Right behind the boss. Oh.
I'm gonna die.
We are all on boss.
I can't get.
Should I raise myself?
It's last pull of the night. Although we're gonna wait.
Then I'm gonna wipe fighting.
Hide.
Five, four, three, two, one.
One.
Beware.
And the world awaits its true queen. There will be no coronation this day. Callisto, aid me.
It's really the decree thing that's the worst. Everything else is fine.
You will know what it means to be trapped, Azara. I am Azara. I was destined to rule. No force can bind me.
We got her down to phase 3. It's not bad.
Technically got on top of phase 4.
Technically, yes.
So why did we not kill the sirens?
Because the sirens don't drain the wards fast enough, and we can just kill her before it becomes a problem.
Ah.
So at what point were we gonna lust there?
Just about right there where we started wiping, so as soon as the console appears, I'll hit it and we'll bloodlust. Yeah. But yeah, we'll call it here for the night. We'll be here next week. If you have any of the spare Nazjatar herbs, I would appreciate it. I'll be making Vantis runes for everyone. Good progress tonight. Look forward to seeing everyone on Tuesday.
Hopefully we'll have the whole crew. Missing mission.
Yes. Still did really well tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Good night.
Good night, all.
All right.
Good night.
Do we need to 5 heal that, or is 4 enough?
4 is plenty.
Crom could go back to Shadow.
Oh yeah,
though.
that's right. Crom can go Shadow. Yep.
You guys got to get DPS specs. Come on.
I'm gonna heal one of these days.